We're back. We're on it. We're refreshed, we're revived, and we're ready to complete the cover strips. So, let's get straight in. Thighs. These will be good. I think maybe we should get some cover strips on these, and then maybe shin as well. So, let's have a look. Which one? This one's probably the more interesting one of the two. So I'm going to look at this one. So, 20mm cover strip. Let's just take a look, see where we're at. Now, if you remember last time when we're trimming these down, I did say we may have a little bit of leeway in them. We do. So I just need to take a little more out of these first of all. What I'm looking for is, if you can see that, so just where the raised edge is, that's where my cover strip wants to go. That's lovely, isn't it? There we go, I'm loving that. That's exactly what I want. Don't know if you can see it, but there it is. Oh, yeah. Nice. Right, so let's get to making this look sexy. Just take some little bits off the corners there. Right, I've got my piece in the bottom, the cover strip, that's set up. Now the top, I need to deal with this. There's stuff going on here that I need to deal with. Now, there's a couple of, oops, fell off, doesn't matter. There's a couple of ways we can do this. We can either cut it off like this, blend it in like we did with the other pieces. Pretty sure that's how Pete deals with this and gives it a nice finish. But if we look at Simon's suit, we can see the cover strip finishes maybe a touch higher, like so, and then we've got a piece sticking out the top, just sticking right out there. So I'm gonna kind of go for more of that look. I do kind of like that, rough and ready. Now, let me just alter this, because when I've stuck these together, they're not, one's overlapping the other slightly, and that is what you don't want. So these pieces definitely need to be flushed, so the cover strip's going to lay flat. That's very important. That is the only thing you need to get right here. Everything else, there can be an element of fudge involved, but you really need to get these flat. Right, okay. Let's stick this little bastard on. Right, now it's just a case of, as before, gluing your strips on. I just want to make sure I've got this right way around. As before, super glue. Beautiful. Worth, we're not sponsored by him, but if they do want to sponsor us, might make sense, because we use an awful lot of their products. This is a little bit like when you apply the adhesive on a floor tile. I don't want to cover the entire thing. I want to give it some room to move about without splurging out the sides, hence the crazy pattern. Just take any excess off my fingers there. Now, positioning this is kind of a one-time thing because you don't want it to slip like that and go all over the place. And I've got my thumb in it. So this is where those two areas being nice and flush really matters. I've just altered that a tiny bit just to make sure it's where I want it. And that's good. I don't know if you can pick that up. Again, you can see that curvature. You can see how flat it is to the two thigh pieces. You see that? So you can see it snaking round. Now I'm going to remove this so I can get this magnet right up into that corner. Let that go off. While it's doing that, I'm going to start preparing the back piece. Now, just to talk about this, just before we move on, this step here, that's correct. Remember we had that when we trimmed it out? That's fine, that's what you want. This whole area is going to get covered with the knee armour belt, so we're really not concerned about that at all. Okay. Cover strip for the rear, again, 20mm. We cut it last time around. I'm just going to offer this up here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off this way. So I'm going to follow this. I'm going to cut the bottom of the cover strip is dead straightforward. You just need to get it as close as we can. There's a bit of, we just need to get it as close as we can down to this bottom detail. Nip the corners off, just tidy them up a little bit. Take away any sharp edges. So the top. Now, we've got stuff going on here, so first of all I'm going to go straight across there because I want to see where the end of this is. Right, now I can see where the end of that is. So the next thing is, I then want to follow this line up here as well. So I'm going to come up like this. So now let's take that off. Now this, to get this tidy, we're basically going to use the same technique that we used on the forearm. So we're just going to thin this out at the back here where the join is, make it all tidy, and we're basically just going to cut and sand to make that look pretty. That's it. Okay, let's see if my magnets are ready to reuse. Give it a bit of a helping hand just in case. Well, I've got 8 on there and 2 clips, so 16 of those magnets will be sufficient. If you can only buy them in 10s, maybe you need 20. So I'm ready to get this stuck down here, like so. I'm just test fitting it now, pressing it on, it all feels good. We don't want any overlaps in this. Okay, I'm happy with that. I've test fitted it, looks nice. Well, the reason why we're doing it this way and leaving a gap there is because I'm concentrating on getting this bit here looking as tidy as we can, in case I need to leave that that all intact. Stormtroopers, pretty much they do have that intact if you can leave it. Stormtroopers, not so much, but that's the way I build it. So again, let's get some glue on there. Oh, put it on the wrong side. Only joking. Only joking, never fear. Right, it's about the middle. That's about the middle there. That's trying to fight and go off. Trying to slip off out of my placement. Okay. Now you can see how it doesn't quite, it's not meeting yet. And that's what the magnets are for. I'm just going to pull it all into place. Just fighting. Magnets trying to fight me again. They're not going to win. I will not allow it. So as I'm putting these magnets on, I'm looking to make sure that this cover strip is sitting down in position just like I want it to. And that clip wasn't really allowing it to, so I've decided to take that off. So it's a bit dusty, a lot of plastic dust and a lot of static surrounding this, so it's all just sticking to it, but there you go. So that's sitting down as I want it to. Check that from both sides to make sure. We've got a little twist going on there, which is what the actual armour's wanting to do. So we encourage the cover strip to do the same. Right, that's pretty much that thigh cover stripped up. This one's going to basically be just the same. So we're just going to put it on, we're going to tweak it, we're going to make sure it lays flat and doesn't overlap anywhere. Offer the cover strip up. We're going to work from that area, if you remember. We work from the points where those meet. On the top there, we're going to do that the same there. This may yet move up and down and get fettled a little bit. So that and that point there, we're going to want to line them up a little bit. Or we might get away with it, we've got something there. This one doesn't get covered. We're just going to make the best of a bad job of that piece. I'm sure we'll make it work. It's going off, let's just evaluate this. We didn't quickly pull the magnets off earlier on. So, barring a clean up, that's pretty much where I wanted to be. A little bit of this showing. Very authentic. There you go, simple as that. This is how we build stuff. So if you need a kit, you can get on the website. If, however, you've seen this and you think, this is not for me and I don't have the time, don't worry. We also have fully built commissions and fully built stuff. All on the website. Just click through, choose your character, it's all there for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.